Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I've got my very special guest, the Victory Pro Wrestling New York State Champion, Mr. Steve Gibki.
Very special guest indeed.
Very special.
Should have been the first guest, but
should have been the first guest. That's right.
But the first guest of all time. But for some reason, Tony, I know you're watching. You know, you've been on vacation for how long? Huh? Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get a text message or a phone call.
Probably. Yeah. We miss you, Tony, man. All right, you ready?
I'm kidding. I'm ready.
Let's go. What made you want to become a wrestler?
It was I remember at a very young age, I was always into entertainment. So I was always into movies. At first, I actually wanted to be a singer. I was just because American Idol was big in the early 2000s, everything like that. But then I was into sports, and then I'm entertainment, sports, everything like that. And then I saw pro wrestling. I'm it's best of everything.
Right.
And then it was just be the stories and everything like that. They soak you in, and then you see moves that you'll never forget and everything like that. So it's just a little bit of everything, and it just kind of pulled you in. So that and Survivor Series 2002. That's the point. After Survivor Series 2002,
you were hooked.
Oh God! If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's the greatest pay-per-view of all time.
All right. Who has been your mentor in wrestling?
Man,
is that a tough one?
That's a really tough one because it's just over all the years, it's you have so many mentors and so many people give you different advice, and some people give you more help than other people too. But everybody kind of contributes.
Right.
It's hard to kind of name one person because the best thing that was ever told to me is wrestling is different flavors of ice cream.
Right.
Some people like strawberry, some people like vanilla, some people like chocolate. At the end of the day, everybody likes ice cream.
Who doesn't like ice cream?
Weirdos. If you don't like ice cream, I'm sorry, that is true. But there are a lot of people that help. I'll say that being at VPW, Ricky Reyes was a big help. He was definitely one of our first actual trainers who we did a match with him, and then he actually told us about VPW and said we train out there. I know it's 3 hours away from you guys, but if you're able to come out here and train with us, and we did. We were still very young. I think I was 17, 18 at the time.
Yeah.
And we came out here and we trained with it, and that's when we actually started to form our craft. So Ricky Reyes is always a name that kind of pops up right away. Damian Adams is another name too. Damian Adams is somebody who really helped teach us psychology, a lot of the fundamentals. Damian Adams helped us get comfortable in the ring, pretty much.
Awesome. All right, you ready? Tell me how the Down Boys formed.
The Down Boys was just us growing up and always kind of getting in trouble one way or another. Me and Tony did karate together, and whenever we would have class together, a karate class, it would always be something oh, did you just have Steve or did you have Tony in the class? It's we had both. It was oh no. And it's just how did you manage that? Thankfully, we didn't go to the same school, high school together, because we would have got expelled. But it was just whenever we were together, we'd get in trouble or just something would happen. And I remember being on iTunes one day, and iTunes recommends this song for you, and it was the Down Boys by Warrant. And I'm listening to it, and I'm oh, what a great, you just listen to the song, the words, oh, it'll be a perfect tag name for us. And then he was yeah, we call ourselves Down Boys. Where do Down Boys go? Wherever we go is mischief to parties. And that's how it started. Thanks, Warren.
Thanks.
Gotta love the 80s.
Tell me about Jersey Muscle Society.
The Jersey Muscle Society, how that formed was after a couple of years of being the Down Boys, because we were the Down Boys since kind of day one of getting started, and we started very young. I had my first match August of 2009. So my first match was August 2009. I believe Tony's first match was May of 2009. And we were always growing up as kids, we were boys and everything like that, and that's how everybody viewed us in the locker room too, oh, and I mean, I'm 23, we're still young, yeah, but we wanted to take
deep cheering section.
That's true. Partially. But we wanted, like I said, we wanted to take on a more serious role. We did a lot of comedy stuff, but then we were just like, we're nitty and gritty. Like, we grew up, we did karate, we're amateur wrestlers, both black belts in taekwondo, we did kickboxing. So we have the legitimate background, and we're both like crazy about the gym and staying in shape, and we wanted to show that a little bit more in the ring. So we came up with the idea of just what's the lifestyle that we live? We work out, we wrestle, we eat, and we do the whole thing over again. So that's just the Jersey Muscle Society. When you're dedicated and you live that lifestyle, that's the JMS lifestyle, and that's like the movement that we're trying to have, you know. So we're trying to get that started. It's not just us. There's a lot of other wrestlers who do that. They're dedicated. They're still body guys per se. When I was growing up in wrestling, everybody was in shape. Everybody, you looked at somebody, they were either a pro wrestler or they were a bodybuilder, you know? There's a lot more of a gray area to that now, but like when you're in the Jersey Muscle Society, no, you're a pro wrestler, you're a bodybuilder, or you're both. You're both. You know? So, but yeah.
Ask him how many rings he's broke.
How many rings have you broke from a fan? 2 rings.
We were training at VPW one time, and we were running the ropes, and for some reason the top rope just kind of broke off, and I backflipped, fell out of the ring, sat on my keister, and Ricky Reyes and Kevin Fulton kind of all looked at me with their jaw down, scared that I broke my neck, and like the first thing that came out of my mouth was, "I'm sorry." So,
all right, yeah, that's a great story. What challenges are you looking for as New York State champion?
Just mainly having good matches that make the people remember the New York State Championship. You know, as long as the fans they keep coming in every month and they're like, wow, I can't wait for the New York State Championship match. You know, like that, like I want to make this belt like something that everybody in the locker room wants to compete for. Like you know, I want a match against Gibki because I know Gibki's gonna give 110%. Like I want people to be training the entire month getting ready for me because I'm training getting ready for whoever they're going to put in front of me. I love competition like that, and if I'm able to raise that level of competition in the company, then it's just going to make the company as a whole better. So
cool. Okay, what kind of match would you like to be in that you haven't been in?
A match that I'd like to be in that I haven't been in.
Or have you been in at all?
I've never been in a steel cage match before. That's always a cool possibility. But I've been in plenty of ladder matches.
Yeah,
that's like one thing. Not on purpose either. TLC. Done like 2 last man standing matches. Did a Jersey street fight. You should go check that out on YouTube. The infamous Jersey street fight. I guess cage match. Yeah, I've never been in a cage match before. I guess it would be. I'm not even gonna say it would be fun, but it would definitely be something to remember. I would definitely make sure I would make it memorable.
So let's talk about cage match. What has been your toughest match?
Oh man, toughest match. Honestly, and it sounds weird. Anytime I face Tony. Only because every time me and Tony have a match, we have to top the last match that we had, and we go all out every time, and it's like we keep setting the bar. It's kind of like you see VSK and EJ Risk,
right? The
matches that they've had here, and me and Tony over the course of several years in several different companies have just had so many different matches. Like I said, we set the bar high every time, and then every time we're like, oh, we're gonna top that, and I'm just like, geez, I'm just like, how do we top the last one? And then we wind up doing it, but that's always the hardest thing because I want to make sure we top the last one, and we get better every time, which is
awesome.
Yeah.
We need Tony back here. Tony, come back. We need you.
Tony, come back. We could sing it all night long. Tony, I told you I used to be a singer, American Idol. I know.
What title would you like to go for next?
Talking MVPW?
In everywhere.
Anywhere? I mean, if you don't want to go after the WWE Championship, what are you doing? You know, that's the apex of everything.
I mean, that's what I would go for.
Yeah, I get, you know, obviously like where I'm at now, you know, me and Kevin Tibbs are like in it right now, so I do have my eyes set on the VPW World Champion, but at the end of the day, when you're talking about goals and everything like that, if your goals aren't high enough, or if your goals don't scare you, they're not high enough. And my goal has always been like to be in the running for the WWE World Championship, so that'll never change.
Awesome. Who would you like to face that you haven't faced yet? It could be anywhere.
Anywhere? There's a list of guys. Love to have a match with VSK. Casey Navarro is another name that comes to mind. What's another? It's just all like top tier, and you got JT Dunn is another person that I think of. Danny Moff is a good one. Just like all the top tier single guys for like all the companies that like run across like the East Coast. I mean everywhere in general, but like around the East Coast area, like, you know, I feel like you should really claim your turf before you're able to move on to greener pastures. You know, I'd like to, you know, start getting into the upper tier of the singles competition. So.
All right, you ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
Is there a Mrs. Gibki?
Why do I feel like that? No.
No, Mrs. Gibki.
No, Mrs. Gibki. Not yet. This is Mrs. Gibki right here.
Mrs. Gibki
Right now. Right here. This
right.
comes home with me every single night. Do I share the same bed with it? No, let's not get into it.
All right, let's not get into it. What has been your best fan interaction?
Best fan interaction? Oh, man. It's honestly always, like, every time we come here, like VPW, honestly. I mean, like, even sitting here with you now. I remember, like, talking with you before you even had the podcast and just talking about it. I'm just like, you know, why don't you just make a podcast out of it, Alfredo?
That's right.
And now here we are. And then I wasn't even the first guest.
I know.
Yeah,
I told you, Tony left, you know.
I'm not saying I'm the brainchild of this, but,
I wanted to do you guys together.
Be nice to have a little JMS logo on the bottom over here.
We'll work on that. Send me the logo.
But, yeah. Every time we come to Victory Pro Wrestling, it's just this is one of the home companies, and that's why I've always stayed very loyal to Victory Pro. Because like you do, I have to say now getting into singles a lot, traveling a lot more, getting my name out there a lot. There's a lot more dates and opportunities that do come my way, but I do always make sure that Victory Pro Wrestling always does come first, because there's certain companies that they help keep you sane. You know, from an insane business and always traveling around and everything like that. So this always, even though it's 2 hours away from home, it always feels like home.
It's a long trip.
It is a long trip.
You make it by yourself now.
Yeah. Thanks, Tony. Yeah. Appreciate the help on those tolls for 7-8 months. Yeah.
All right. Last question.
Okay.
What does the future hold for Steve Gibki?
Future, just hopefully getting more exposure. For the most part, I feel like that's the one thing that me and Tony have always talked about. For the most part, it was always kind of been the big wall in front of us breaking out there, because whenever we do get in front of the right people, we always blow the roof off, and
you guys really do.
Thank you.
You guys really do.
But
I've always been a fan, number one.
Thank you. Like our street, the infamous Jersey street fight, per se. That was in front of a lot of the right people, and a lot of great things are coming out of that. I'm very grateful. Just to get more of that. You know, we've never. You know, we've always made the most out of opportunity. And then even when opportunity wasn't there, we've created it ourselves. That's one of my favorite quotes of all time. To hell with luck, I create opportunity. So that's the biggest thing. Is like I'll you know, hopefully you know, and like every year somebody goes, oh, this is my year, this is my year. You know, I don't look at it as a year. Like I go every single week. You know, I'm gonna make something happen. I'm gonna make something happen this week. I'm gonna make something happen this week. So whether it's in the gym and wrestling, everywhere. You know.
Awesome. All right, what you got coming up? What shows you doing next?
We have Pro Wrestling Magic next Saturday. down in Ridgefield Park in New Jersey. That's a big show. They're gonna have Joey Ryan out there. I know Victory Pro Wrestling. They have their.
Excuse me. Smart Mark's Charlie here. Big fan.
Oh, thank you.
Big fan. You were great. You look giant in the ring.
Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. You know, EJ Riss stabbed me with a fork.
Really? Where?
Yeah. A couple times in the pec. I bent the fork.
These pecs are insane.
It's not lying.
Joe Fitzpatrick, Bear Bronson told me that this guy's giant. I didn't believe it. Now I saw it. In real
Can
life.
I add that guy to the list of guys I want to work to?
Bear Bronson?
Yeah, Bear Bronson. He was number one.
Bear Bronson, great guy.
He is.
He's a great
as
guy.
Soon as I won the New York State title, and they asked me like who would I like to face, he was actually one of the guys.
Whoa, what about Smart Mark?
Thank you. And Smart Mark. First time I met him tonight too. Great
Really?
guy. Though. He had a phenomenal match against VSK too.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, Pro Wrestling Magic coming up next Saturday. If you guys are in the North Jersey area and you guys haven't, check out D2W Pro Wrestling. They're at the Wharton VFW the first Friday of every month. That's another great company. It's another hidden gem out there in Jersey. And Capital Wrestling coming up too.
Cool. So everybody can check you out on Facebook,
Yes.
Twitter.
If you guys follow us, subscribe to Steve Gibki on YouTube. Subscribe to Jersey Muscle Society on YouTube and Instagram. Same thing, Jersey Muscle Society, Steve Gibki. Make sure you give Tony Vincita some love too.
That's right, give Tony some love.
You know, you see this, Tone?
We
you
miss
see this?
Tony.
Yeah. I mean, Alfredo misses you, but I'm still giving you some love. I'm kidding. Don't tell him I said that. He's gonna watch this, isn't he?
Before we go, I want to ask, how was it like to being managed by the Galaxy's greatest alien?
Oh my God, Chris, she's amazing, and like
She's
just
doing great things.
such big things are coming up for her. She is blowing the roof off of everything. I couldn't be more happier. Yeah, just awesome. Like I say it all the time. I just love seeing hard work pay off, and she is somebody who, I mean, she works her butt off like crazy. Like you know, at the Creative Pro School and everything. She has done so much in such little time, and like it's just gonna keep getting better.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Good for her. All right. This has been New York State champion Steve Gibki. Check him out, Jersey Muscle Society. We miss Tony. We want Tony back. I'm sure he'll be back one day. And
Tony, send me some gas money and tolls too, if you can.
Send Steve some gas money. He
Please.
needs the gas money.
Wait, now I feel broke here. I'm fine. I can take care of myself, Tone. I can take care of myself. Please come back. Please come back. I'm kidding. I'm doing fine, right? You see this? I'm okay.
Check you out later.